If I could fit, you could fit.
For my students,
Good.
for my students who just came in, everyone, cell phone on silent. Cell phone on silent. And when you come out, you're going to, the first person on this row will start. You'll come out this way. Everyone look at me. Everyone look at me. Come this way. Right? Come this way. Come this way. 10 on the stage at a
No, that's fine.
I was reading the names of like the locker list and they sent it out over the summer. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. I think they want.
I'm number 9.
Oh, all right.
Harold's number 8.
Whatever you are. I'm not getting involved. Whatever you see. Yeah. No.
That's fun. So,
Let's play winter.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 2022 White Coat Ceremony. This is the class of 2026. We are so happy to be here today. It's a very special event for all of us. Before we begin, a couple of things that I just want to say. First of all, we need a big round of applause for the people who helped set this up. First and foremost is Haley Ashby. If it wasn't for Haley, most of the stuff wouldn't happen, right? You guys already know that, right? And Katie Batista, our Assistant Dean for Communications. Chris Van Vessem, our Director of Development. Carla Moffett, who works with Katie to set up all these beautiful graphics that you see. And some of the other people that have helped as well. I think you know Joan Hankins is over there somewhere. Where's Joni? Oh, there you are. Leora Powell from the Office of Student Services. So this event is something that happens every year at every school of pharmacy, every professional school in the United States. It is a rite of passage for all of us. When you came in, you didn't have your white coat on. When you leave, you will have your white coat on, all right? That is a step. You've made the first step toward becoming that professional that, remember I mentioned that to you when we all first met during orientation, that in the next 4 years, you're going to be transformed to an undergraduate student who came in here sort of unformed and left here formed as a fully functional pharmacist who can operate in the world, take care of patients, and do what pharmacists do. Now, a lot of the stuff that happens on a day-to-day basis, including operations that affect you personally, in regards to things like scholarships happen because there's a lot of dedicated people who have come before you. As we all know, you didn't get here by yourself. You got here because of all of those before you, your friends, your family, and your loved ones. We have a group of people who are really the loved ones for the school. So up on stage here and sitting in the audience, we have a number of people who have been donors to the School of Pharmacy, and it is them giving back to the school that allows us to give folks like you scholarships. It's very important that you keep this in your head. You're here today because of your hard work, but also because of the hard work of those that came before you in the form of alumni of the school. So I'm going to read a list of the people and some of their accomplishments, and it also speaks to some of the issues of how people start out as pharmacists and do other things along the way. So I'm going to read the list. It's not necessarily in order of the people sitting here. I believe it's in alphabetical order. It is, because Judy Arnoff is first, and Judy Arnoff is sitting out there. But I want to go through and read this list, and when I'm finished, a big round of applause for all of those people. So listen carefully and see where you might wind up as well. So, for instance, Judy, you're the first one. First and foremost, Judy Arnoff is the past Alumni Association president. She is, I don't have this memorized, by the way. She is a 1968 pharmacy alum and president of J.U. Arnoff and Associates. She's a former member of the Board of Visitors and was a 2014 Temple University Gallery of Success inductee. She created the Arnoff Endowed Scholarship Fund. Harold Bobrow is an adjunct professor and co-winner, you'll hear more about him, of the 2022 Preceptor of the Year Award. Loretta Brickman, a past Alumni Association president, is a 1963 pharmacy alum, adjunct professor, and co-winner of the 2022 Preceptor of the Year Award. Mel Brodsky is a 1966 pharmacy alum and retired executive director of PARD. That's the Philadelphia Area Retail Drug Association. This year, PARD established the term scholarship in honor of Mel. Ed Casey, the current Alumni Association president, is a 1988 pharmacy alum and received his MBA from the Temple University Fox School of Business in 1996. He is a medical outcomes specialist at Pfizer, where he has worked since 2004. Randall Chapman is a 1973 pharmacy alum and a retired hospital pharmacist. After 27 and a half years at Good Samaritan Hospital in Lebanon, he established the Randall Chapman Class of 1973 Scholarship Award and was the School of Pharmacy's 2009 Temple University Gallery of Success inductee. Mahbooba Chaudhry, where's Mahbooba? Mahbooba is a member of the PharmD class of 2023 and a winner of the 2022 Pharmacy Student Healthcare Professional Award. If you haven't seen Mahbooba, you guys, you certainly will see a lot more of her. Dr. Harry Collins, class of 1967 from the School of Pharmacy and a graduate of Drexel Medical School in 1970. I believe it was Hahnemann back then, was it not, Harry?
It was Hahnemann, and it was actually 1974.
Oh, okay, 1974, okay. So he's younger than he looks. He's a practicing physician still, somewhat, as he said. Joel Harder is a 1994 pharmacy alum and a clinical pharmacist at the WellSpan Health System at Good Samaritan Hospital. Larry Kraft is a 1979 pharmacy alum and retired as a pharmacist at Express Scripts. Dr. David Lebo, I think you know that guy, is a professor of pharmaceutics and director of Temple's Current Good Manufacturing Practices Services at the School of Pharmacy. Dr. Lebo created the Paige Lebo Memorial Scholarship. Dr. Elaine McCowiak is a 1962 pharmacy alum and retired as a professor at the School of Pharmacy. She was one of my teachers. She created the McCowiak DeCustis Scholarship Fund. Sam Medulla is CEO of Banks Pharmacy and a member of the school's Board of Visitors. He recently established a term scholarship fund in support of the PrEP Pathway initiative at the school. And some of you have participated in the PrEP Pathway already. Elizabeth Morlino is a Temple University graduate and administrator of Horizon House. She is representing her father, Joseph Morlino, Sr., a 1943 pharmacy alum. Kathy Martin works as a senior tax specialist for part-time payroll services and supports the Randall Chapman Class of 1973 Scholarship Fund. Paul Mudrick is a 1960 pharmacy alum, the owner of Central Capital Company investment banking firm, and a former member of the Board of Visitors. He created the Irene and Harry S. Mudrick 26 Scholarship Fund. David Nowitzki is a 1970 pharmacy alum and a retired pharmacist with Express Scripts. And his wife, Oksana Nowitzki, is a 1970 pharmacy alum and retired pharmacist who practices in a myriad of pharmacy-related settings. Dr. Richard Preceptor, a past Alumni Association president, received his PharmD in 1995, his Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy in 1982, and an MBA from St. Joseph's University. He is the Director of Pharmacy Services at McGee Rehabilitation Hospital in Philadelphia. Devin Patel is the CEO of InfuCare RX, a graduate of Rutgers Law School and a member of our Board of Visitors. Dr. Sejal Patel is a 2008 pharmacy alum and a board-certified clinical pharmacist specialist at Jefferson Methodist Hospital in emergency medicine. Marvin Sampson received a Bachelor of Science degree in chemistry from Temple University and is the founder and chief executive officer of Sampson Medical Technologies, a company specializing in injectable drug delivery systems and programs for hospitals and alternative site pharmacists. He established the Marvin Sampson Endowed Scholarship Fund. Gregory Schaefer is a 1974 pharmacy alum, received his MBA from Temple University Fox School of Business in 1988, and is principal of Schaefer Consulting Group. And his wife, Pamela Schaefer, who is now retired, received a certificate in radiological sciences from the Hospital of the University of Pennsylvania and a 1979 graduate from Incarnate World College. Greg and Pam established an endowment in honor of their parents. Matt Slockaper is a 1981 pharmacy alum and owner of Matt's Pharmacy and Medical Supply in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Philip Solomon is a 1961 pharmacy alum and a retired hospital pharmacist who established a planned gift to create the Philip Solomon Endowed Scholarship Fund. Dr. Andy Tang is a 2019 pharmacy alum. He is a member of the Alumni Association Board and a manager of Temple University Hospital's outpatient pharmacy. He is the 2022 New Pharmacist Practitioner Award, so he was just given that award recently. Fred Weisberger is a 1967 pharmacy alum and a retired owner of Reese Pharmacy. Barbara Zeiger is a Temple University graduate and editor of HMP Publications. She is representing her father, Joseph Zaffron, a 1952 pharmacy alum. Folks, these are the people that contributed to you to be here today. Let's have a hand. Now, a couple of things, as you'll see in your books here, that we have some awards that are going to be given out today, and in time I'll ask those people to come forward to hand out those awards. One of the things I want to say to you, I don't have a whole lot, because you're going to hear a lot more from me later on, okay, in class. We are in a very interesting time. I use that term cautiously. We're in a very interesting time in the profession, a very interesting time in the world. We've all just come through a very interesting time. It seems to me, I've used this metaphor a few times, that it's as though we're all this big working machine, this universe of ours, and there's a lot of gears, you know, that keep this in operation. And it's as though in the last 3 years, we're just one cog off, and we're not quite back yet. It's really great to be here, to see you guys without face masks. It's incredible. It's really great to see you not in a box called Zoom, to be able to interact, to see your body language. That's real important. I think the last couple of years, all of us had missed it. You as students certainly have missed it. Now we're at a time where at least we can have some social activities, which we couldn't have for a few years here. Yet we were able to carry on. And you folks will carry on through this as well. This is a very challenging time for you. It's a very, very challenging time for the universe, for the whole planet. But know this, by the time you're done here, you're going to be trained well to do all kinds of things, just like some of these people. You hear things on here that they're not operating as pharmacists. They learned, they started here. We set them on their way to be professionals, and they spread their wings and they fly off and to do different things. And hopefully you have this view of pharmacy that it is a very open profession that you can do all kinds of things in. And before I leave you and introduce the next group, I just want to also have you give a big shout out to one of the groups that's very important in pharmacy, which is the retail pharmacies. And so CVS, are you guys in here? There they are, they're hiding back there. Yay! It is partly due to the support of CVS Corporation that we're able to have this event today. They have a table outside. When you get a chance, go over and speak to those people. They have great things to tell you about what it's like to be a pharmacist. And I don't want to take CVS's thunder away from them, but just remember that CVS is just one of many, many things that you can do in the universe, okay? We're going to give you the tools to do all of those things. And before I leave, I want to introduce to you the next portion, and I'm going to have to ask for, oh, there they are, okay. I'm going to have to ask for Lee Weber and Lisa Becker to come up to present a special award for the 2021 Preceptor of the Year awardees.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's so incredibly nice to see you all. It really is. It's a treat that we've taken for granted for a long time. But welcome. We're very, very happy to present 2 awards today to 2 very special people, Loretta Brickman and Harold Bobrow. And I just want to tell you briefly, because I could talk forever about their accomplishments. But for more than 20 years, Loretta and Harold have prepared our students for legislative visits. So they have kept our students abreast for any issue that was pertinent to pharmacy. We can thank Loretta and Harold for not only preparing them to talk to their legislators, but actually going to the Capitol with us on Legislative Day. We've heard many times, like every time we've been, that our students, the Temple students, were the most prepared out of all the schools of pharmacy. I'm not bragging. It's true. And we owe that to Loretta and Harold. It wouldn't have happened without them. And Lisa and I cannot thank you enough. I personally can't imagine going to Legislative Day without you. I'm scared. So I'm going to be FaceTiming you. But it has been such a satisfying feeling to know that our students are prepared, because I'm not good at that. It's not something I've been a million times, but we know that when we take students, that they know what they're talking about, and it's because of these 2 fabulous people, Loretta and Harold, and we love you so much. We love you too. And we appreciate everything that you have done for our students. And Lisa and I are honored to present you both with the Preceptor of the Year award. Please give them a big hand. You know what? I'll take it to you. If you want me to hold on to it, I will. Get it afterwards. You want to see? Oh, you do like the way to get it. It's lovely. Thank you. You're such an honor. Thank you. And you want me to hold on to it? Yes, we'll switch. Would you like to give? I'll choose. She makes me do all the talking.
I do.
And Harold, and I'm sorry to stand in front of you. That's okay. Here is your Preceptor of the Year award. We appreciate you so much for all the many years. Thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. It was great to see. See, you look like you're going to cry.
You know me, don't you?
We have something going back a long way. Harold and Loretta and I, that's my mother and father, but you know, we won't tell you that story. It gets very deep. So the next thing we have on our agenda is a presentation for the 2022 new Pharmacist Practitioner Award and the Pharmacy Student Healthcare Professional Award. And I'm going to ask Ed Casey, the president of the Alumni Association, to present those awards. Ed?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Dr. Borenstein. And as Dr. Borenstein said, my name is Ed Casey. I'm a 1988 very proud graduate of the pharmacy school. And when I heard 2026, I thought, oh my God, this is so far removed from 1988. So hopefully someday, or I'll get to see you, and one of you will up here and stand and say the same thing I just said. So for those unfamiliar with the Alumni Association, it's an organization of pharmacy school alumni whose purpose is to promote the continuing alumni activities and interest in support of the aims, the ideas, and the purposes of the School of Pharmacy. We exist to help the school, help you, and help other alumni. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't exist at all. There'd be no purpose for us. One of the primary mechanisms for this support is to serve as a network for connecting and fostering relationships among the alumni, students, faculty, and administration. We do this in many ways: volunteering. We do it by mentoring. You'll see some of that over your time here at the school, and by teaching. And today, in this case, by recognizing the contributions of other Temple students and alums. One of the true joys of being involved in the Alumni Association is I get to meet many fellow alums that I would otherwise never interact with. And I'm going to add this part in. When Dr. Borenstein spoke, and I thought back to some of the people in the audience that are alums that I never knew, that I met through work, through school, through other relationships, it's really staggering how those relationships branch out, and the people you meet, and how you feel humbled by some of their accomplishments, and how truly remarkable a lot of these individuals are. It's really, really, really incredible. Also, what I get to do as president of the Alumni Association, aside from learning and meeting people I never would work with or never would meet, is I get to learn what the next generation of pharmacists are doing and how they are leading the pharmacy world today and beyond and into the future. As president of the Alumni Association, not only do I have the honor of standing here before you, I get the honor of recognizing these alumni and students for their accomplishments, and I also get to introduce them to you. So you get to recognize them and see what they're up to. Today I'm going to recognize two such people. As I do, and before I present them their award, I'd like to tell you a little bit about the award itself and about the individual. Our first award today is a new Pharmacist Practitioner Award. This award is given by the Alumni Association annually. In order to be eligible for the award, you must first have to be nominated. That alone is an acknowledgement of what you have accomplished, where someone must first recognize what you've done or are doing, and then take their most valuable asset, which is their time, and then write a letter as to why you should be recognized. So when we nominate these folks for awards, somebody went to the trouble of their personal expense and time to bring them to our attention. Once we're aware of them, the Alumni Association, of which all Temple alums are members, vote on them. So it's a competitive process. The new Practitioner Award is presented annually to someone who graduated from the School of Pharmacy with a PharmD no more than 4 years earlier. So truly a new practitioner, finding their way right post-pharmacy school. They must be employed full-time in pharmacy practice in a setting that enables the candidate to demonstrate outstanding skills in clinical pharmacy or provide professional services that result in a clear benefit to patients, the community, or to customers. This year's award winner I first met probably 3 years ago. It was pre-COVID, so that is a lifetime ago. And I first met him, and he came to an Alumni Association meeting. I just introduced myself. We chatted for a few minutes, and I walked away thinking, what a nice kid, very nice young man. Hopefully he stays involved. So COVID hit, the world changed, so we'll get him back in a couple of, this year. So like I said, I thought, what a nice young man. Fast forward to this year. His name comes up on the ballot for the new Practitioner Award. And I thought about that day and read about his accomplishments and what he was doing. And I found out when he learned he received the award, he couldn't believe it and said, you must be thinking of someone else. And then asked for the criteria to make sure that he fit it. Let me assure you he does. What that told me right then and there, aside from the nice young man I had met several years ago, was that he was humble. What a true testament of a leader, being humble. Chatting a little earlier with him, I found out he's also extremely passionate. And in a world of community pharmacy, which is where he's practicing, you need a lot more passionate people. The industry and that part of the profession in particular could use more passion. So to his credit, he has extreme passion. After his graduation from Temple, he completed a community pharmacy residency program at Rutgers with Walgreens. And those are very competitive programs. So applying and then getting it is an extremely impressive accomplishment. He's worked at Walgreens as a specialty pharmacy manager and is currently the outpatient pharmacy manager at the hospital here, the outpatient pharmacy at the hospital. He's responsible for improving the Meds to Beds program. And I was around before Meds to Beds existed. Extremely important and extremely difficult to getting and helping the patient care improve. And he's responsible for staffing and workflow improvements. And we shared a few stories outside that we'll keep to ourselves. But he's a fine young man, finding his way, working hard, and I think he's well on his way to doing something really remarkable. So this year's new Pharmacist Practitioner Award winner is Andy Tang, Pharmacy School alum, class of 2019. Andy? Andy, come on up. On behalf of the Temple University Alumni Association, congratulations.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
I understand Andy wants to say a couple of words, so I'll hold on to this. You chat.
Thank you, Ed, for those very kind words, and hello, my students. So thank you to the School of Pharmacy for the education that you have provided me, because if it wasn't for the 4 years of being here at the Temple School of Pharmacy, I would not be here today. Thank you to the Alumni Association for awarding me with this. Like Ed said, it was a shock, and I did ask him. I was like, are you sure you're referring to me? But now I'm here today. And lastly, I want to thank my wife for the constant support and throughout the challenging years of pharmacy school and just our journey together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. To my students, welcome. Congratulations on taking on the responsibilities of taking care of your future patients. That's a lot to bear, and to know that we have people like you who want to do it is just what we chose this profession for. So one thing that the school will prepare you for is the education of pharmacy and the professors and the colleagues that you guys will have in the future as well. It is your responsibility to get as much experience as you can and the different exposures that you can within these next 4 years, let alone just for a life. The one thing that I've learned throughout the couple of years here is that life doesn't get easier. You get stronger, more wise, and you become more experienced. And so you're able to handle the challenges that come your way. And so I have a few words that I want to share with you guys. 3 things that I would like to consider that would make you guys team a more rounded pharmacist, and not just the food trucks that are outside, okay? So the first thing that I want you guys to be aware is that you guys have to focus. Focus on your goal. With more focus and being able to focus on those goals, you will become more proactive, more prepared, and you will prepare yourself for whatever challenges comes. And so failure will not be on your agenda. The second thing I want to share with you guys is always be mindful of yourself, constantly reevaluate yourself, and improving yourself. And that is actually the first thing that I've told my team when I first stepped into the pharmacy. Be mindful of how you speak, what you say to each other, because we are one team, and when it comes to one team, we are all pharmacy here. So, and I had share an example. I had an APPE student, a first APPE student, who I had to have this talk with him where he came to me when I was staffing because we had call-outs and COVID, so understaffed, working on the bench itself, comes up to me and says, "Wow, how does it feel to be a true pharmacist today?" And I just looked at him, and I can sense that my pharmacists, who are all 3 of them looking at him, find a view to take a look at him and be like, "Did you just say that?" So then I kept my calm and I told him, "I know that's not what you meant to say, because what you meant to say was, how does it feel to be in the workflow today, other than your administrative works that you usually do?" So after that, he did realize that what he said could have been said better. And after that moment, I promoted him to the head of the patient complaint line here at Temple. So for the rest of the rotation, he should have enjoyed it. And the last thing I want to share with you all is that, and everyone has mentioned as well, is be humble, stay humble, continue your path to becoming humble. Because of all the challenges that you guys will be facing or have faced, the people that you have met, as well as experience and challenges that you've faced, it's because of those interactions is that the reason why you are who you are today. And there's those interactions that will make you to make those decisions, those difficult decisions in life, and will allow you to make the best decisions for what you know. So I stand here before you and I want to say I am your colleagues. I cannot wait to see what you guys can achieve because you guys are a representation of Temple University, Temple School of Pharmacy, and we are pharmacy. More specifically, we are Temple Pharmacy. Make us proud.
That's a tough act to follow, isn't it? So today's second award, the one I'd like to present, is the Pharmacy Student Healthcare Professional Award. Nominees for this award must be nominated and have a letter of recommendation. Again, it's that someone took their time to write something up about you. Must be a full-time student in good standing in their 3rd professional year. Must display evidence of interest, achievement, and leadership in advancing the profession of pharmacy or pharmaceutical-related science. This year's award winner, I had the pleasure of meeting last year at this event. She introduced herself to me and we had a very good conversation about pharmacy, careers, and, well, getting back to that humble thing again, right? She was voted the winner over several other outstanding candidates. And I can tell you, as someone who reviews and votes for these things, the level and the quality of the applications is really, really stunning. And in this case, she was the best of that group, which says a lot right there. In addition to being an excellent student, she's been involved in the Phi Lambda Sigma Leadership Society, where she organized a campus event newsletter and collaborated with Main Campus on a program to develop a career panel for potential incoming pharmacy students. That's communication, which is, by the way, the single most important skill of a leader. She's organized numerous programs and fundraising events. She coordinated and organized student volunteer opportunities with the Philadelphia Poison Control Center. She arranged a program and serves as a student mentor to first-year students. If you don't know her, get in line first and get her now. She served as a liaison with the Delaware Valley Society of Health System Pharmacists and their student work group. She volunteered to help the homeless, in addition to many, many other things. I even thought she helped an old lady across the street at some point as I was looking at her qualifications. But, oh, and by the way, in her spare time, she works 2 jobs. So without further ado, it's my honor to present this year's Pharmacy Student Healthcare Practitioner Award and keynote speaker, Mabuda Chowdhury.
Get those angles right. Sorry. Oh, sorry. You don't realize how short you are. Sorry. Okay. I'm not good as Andy, so I have a speech ready, so I'll get that out. So thank you, Dr. Cassie. As Dr. Cassie mentioned, my name is Mahbooba Chowdhury. Good afternoon to everyone, our alumni, our staff and faculty members, and everyone who's joining us through virtually to celebrate our students as they embark their professional journey into pharmacy. So thank you. Before I begin, I would like to extend my gratitude to the Alumni Association for honoring me with this award and for this incredible opportunity to speak with our future pharmacists. And I'm extremely humbled to be receiving this award among a competitive candidates pool. So thank you all. Class of 2026. I would personally like to congratulate each one of you for getting here. I am beyond excited. I'm sure many of you saw me in the hallway. I am so excited for you all, and more so for all your future accomplishments here at Temple. As someone who has been where you are today, 3 years ago, I think I said it right there, and went through many of the similar situations that you soon will go through, I thought it may be helpful to share a few lessons that I have learned over the last 3 years in the hope that it will guide you towards success and will keep you anchored toward your goal when things are tough. So there are 3 main takeaways from my speech. First takeaway, patience. Once you open the syllabus, which I'm sure most of you already have, it's very reasonable to feel very overwhelmed. But I want you guys to take a step back and remember you have 4 years to learn all that. 4 years. So don't beat up yourself if you don't know all the answers. Never question how smart you are. Never question your abilities, because you are all sitting here today because of your hard work and because of all the abilities that you carry within yourself at this very moment. So be proud of yourself, and more importantly, remain proud of yourself. You are enough. Support one another, and I promise you will get through this. My second takeaway is reminders. Remind yourself each day why you chose this profession. Each one of you has a why. Whether it be different, the same, always stand by it, always use it, and always remember it. My why is service. I told myself very early on that patient safety will always be my first priority. And that's what pushes me to try my best to be the best future clinician possible, whether when I'm at clinic seeing patient, when I'm studying, or I'm taking an exam. And as you remind yourself of that why, remember to stay compassionate, kind, cool, and collected. Always be prepared to listen and understand those around you, whether it be your faculty, your preceptors, your classmates, and most importantly, your patients. Allow the knowledge and the experience you gain through this journey to humble you. And I promise you, through that, you will see the real success. And always remember, from now on, when you wear this white coat, which you're about to receive today, exciting, you are not only representing yourself out there, you're also representing the profession of pharmacy, you're representing Temple. So always be mindful of your action. Always remember to act in a way that will always be a greatest value to pharmacy. My last takeaway is explore. I spoke to many of you over the last few months during their open house, prep week. Many of you already know where you see yourself practicing after you graduate. And that's great that you do. That means you did your research. But don't limit yourself to that. Attend all the general body meetings that are hosted by organizations. We have about 23 organizations on campus. So get involved, reach out to your upperclassmen, learn from each one of them, whether it shapes where you want to go and what you want to do. And never hesitate to take a path that might be unfamiliar to you. Because I promise you, if your heart is in the right place and if you pair it with hard work, you will get to where you need to go. So class of 2026, be patient, stay true to your reminders, and explore. As Dr. Bornstein, I'm sure you heard him say this multiple times already, we are one big dysfunctional family. And that's true, that is true. With this white coat today, you have gained access to all the resources Temple has to offer. Our staff members, our faculties, they're all here to support you in any way possible. So leverage these resources that differentiate our program from others. And I think I speak for all the upperclassmen when I say this, reach out to us if you ever need anything. We're always here to help you in any way we can. So with that being said, welcome to Temple, and once again, congratulations.
Thank you both, and again, for all of our award winners. Another round of applause. And I'd like to invite back up Dr. Bornstein.
Thanks, Ed, and congratulations, everybody. Well deserved. So now comes the fun part. This is the part where you come in on this side and exit on that side with a coat on. This is your time of transformation, and then afterwards, Ed Casey will have you recite the oath of the pharmacist. This isn't the first time you'll do it, but this is the first time you'll do it in public. The next time you'll do it in public is when you graduate, okay? So let's begin the process. one more time. And don't forget, there's people watching online or whatever they're doing, right? So, like I said before, none of you got here alone. So, to your loved ones, to your family, to your parents, let's give them a hand for getting you here. Okay, now I'd like to have the president of the Alumni Association come up and follow after him, repeat after him, and you know where to stop, right? Repeat after me. And he's going to administer the oath of the pharmacist, which I believe is on the back, correct? Yes. Yes. Okay, and so all of you that now have those white coats, please stand. You know the old
So is everyone on the back of the pamphlet? I'm going to repeat a line, and then I'm going to say a line, and then you repeat after me. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy.
I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy.
In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and the relief of suffering my primary concerns.
I will consider the welfare of humanity and the relief of suffering my primary concerns.
I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity.
I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity.
I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients.
I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients.
I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me.
I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me.
I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness.
I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness.
I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct.
I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct.
I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care.
I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care.
I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experience, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists.
I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists.
I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public.
I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public.
Congratulations.
So that ends the formal part of this process. I want to thank the cloakers and ask that the cloakers can leave now. They can, as Mel said, they can run into Broad Street. And the rest of the class, please remain here for the photos, and then we're going to go outside and party. Okay? Thanks, everybody.